Most of y'all are retarded, so I'm gonna clear some shit up. The fucking blood group system. Blood cells. The only pure blood cell that has nothing on it is from a tribe or a group. A small group of people called the Bombay. It's called like a Bombay gene, Bombay blood group. They have no O protein. No O antigen. Okay, for all y'all thinking that O is special, here's the fucked up thing. O is an antigen, okay? It's also called H. And if everybody knows about symbology or symbolism, sorry, I just smoked some sauce. H is a bridge. It's a connector. It's like, look at the fucking shape of H. It's two things connected. It's I'm not gonna go into that, but it's like, you know, chemistry or metaphysics, whatever symbols. H is like a fucking bridge. Connects two eyes together because you got two eyes on the side. So the O is actually was originally H. And here's the fucked up thing is the blood groups were okay, it's A, B, and O. Originally it was fucking O was C. It was A, B, C. Okay, so O is like a new, I don't know why they call it that. It has to do with the sugars on the fucking blood. So I'm gonna go back. Okay, so the Bombay has got regular blood. Okay, they can only get blood from them. They got issues. They call it a condition, but really, it's not like a condition. It's just they never adapted that way. The O is a fucking precursor. It's a fucking molecule on the blood cell that allows the A and the B to combine to it. So just because you're O don't mean you don't have no antigens, okay? Now here's where it gets a little fucked up. The O antigen is called an saccharide. Olga, I don't remember, but it basically begins with an O, and it's saccharide or saccharide. It's a sugar-based, glucose-based, whatever. You'll only find that when I try to find sources of that aren't inside of a human body. They come from plants, so a lot of it is just in plants and shit. So that's okay, that's cool. Like animals eat plants, you know, we eat plants, we eat animals, we get the secondary grains or whatever plant shit, amino acids from them, sugars, whatever. Makes sense, right? So I thought that was interesting that when you try to find that protein or antigen molecule, it's only in plants. So if you have an O type and you're worried about what kind of antigens or what kind of foreign proteins are in your blood, they're only in plants. Now A and B's are different.
Are there kittens?
No, I don't know the kitten's at. It might be in the closet making a movie or a video. So your A, B antigens are a little different because they are it's another type of glucose sugar, but it's called I don't remember the fucking name, but it's galactose or galact something. It's funny because it's like Galactica or you know, it makes me think of like galaxy, like galactic. It's fucking weird, right? Because we're like interspecies symbiotic creatures on a fucking rock in space, right? So the A and the B's will stack on to these H's or these O's, right? And that's later on. And I'm not going to go into all the details, but there's blood type, like when it happened, diets. I don't know. I do know that, like me, I'm an A positive. I got some other weird shit, like I'm a Capricorn and I'm a Tiger for the Asian. And I have a Sagittarius moon, so I'm conflicted with my orderly ways and my adventurous ways. But then I'm a Tiger, so I'm rebellious. Trust me, all this shit is on a cue. But fuck, I forgot my point. Anyways, there's a lot that goes into us. Like I read that gorillas are only B, and apes, or not apes, because they're all apes. Chimpanzees are A. And then you start to look at, like I'm trying to better myself. I'll be honest. I'm pretty ruthless. Like I haven't done a lot of bad shit, but the things that go on in my head, like it's fucked up. I went to rehab. You know what I mean? I did a lot. You know, a lot of my shit was just feeling really bad and like not knowing what to do. But when I read about these traits of A's, I mean, I smoke cigarettes, I drink alcohol, I am very anxious. I always feel like I'm rushing against time. I'm very productive. I mean, I can do a lot. I mean, I overreact. I have a lot of fucking, like, infinite energy just coursing through me. And I mean, this shit gets crazy, but, and I haven't really researched into the B's yet, but B apparently, see, here's what gets interesting is when you go into the whole blood groups, it's life force, it's how you are, it's how you function. So back in the old days, there was supposedly 4, like, fathers, or 4 blood groups, or 3 blood groups, or whatever the fuck. It could be more, who knows what the fuck's going on. The A and the B's don't get along. And not only in the blood, but it has to do, and this is the weird thing, DNA is language. Proteins, your body, it's all language. It's all made out of molecular language, and it all communicates. So when you're a human, we forget this kind of shit, but we're doing the same thing. We're basically running around in a giant cell, and we have scanners and sensors and a holographic mind read-up of what's going on, and we're running around a cell dealing with different cellular people and parasitic people and viral people and companies, you know, giant, like, cancers. And I mean the world in general is a giant cell, but then we separate it up into tinier cells. Like, companies are tiny cells, or viruses. They have a nuclei, they have their DNA, their main script. They have, you know, the jobs are the the reticulum or some shit, the rough, I don't know, it's that weird brainy shit that's around the cell. But those are the jobs. The RNA is basically human. The mRNA is basically messenger RNA. You're taking the fucking script and you're running and you're doing something with it. And there's all different types of RNA. In biotech, biology, genetics, what they're talking about in a sense is people are cells. Products, things are like proteins. Words are proteins. If we want to get in DNA, you know, the amino acids, the alphabet. You have fucking negative, positive on both sides of the DNA. You have the main basic building blocks, which are like the 4 fucking seasons, the 4 main elements that we all use, all life. I mean, this shit's all in there. It's all code. It's all, you know. But anyways, the A and the B, they don't get along. They cause aggravation. That's why you can't mix the blood. And even the thinking types of these people are different. The way that they function, the way that they organize, the way they deal with shit is different. O's are kind of caught up in the middle. And so here's my whole point of what's going on with the blood types. And Hitler was involved in this because Hitler was an A positive. It's kind of like vampires and shit. O negative is a universal donor, right? So I can give to anybody. So I'm going to act like Hitler for a minute. I'm going to make this easy. I'm going to act like Hitler, okay? I want to control the world, okay? If I can control the world, all right, I'm going to control the blood supply. Because if I control the blood supply, then it controls fucking life. Who needs transfusions? What can, you know, who can I save? Blah, blah, blah. O can give to anybody. So O is kind of almost like a special people where they have, like, rights to say who they can give their blood to. Because think about it. If the O people banded together and said as a tribe, we're only going to give our blood to who we feel is fit, the world would have to play ball. You guys would control the world. But what's happened is you've gotten caught up. You've been selected, killed, murdered, controlled, because it's all about your blood. Your blood controls, whoever controls the O negative blood supply controls the world, because they can give them the blood, you know, their family, whatever. They'd be like, oh, I can just give them a blood transfusion right now and they can live, you know. And dude, it's some crazy shit, right? Fucking the A's are the second. I don't know if it's who is the first most populated, but I know A's are the second most populated, A positive. So here's how A positive works, like Hitler was thinking or whatever. If I'm A positive, then all other A positives can take my blood and I can give them blood. So we're all kind of in the same gang. We're a blood group tribe, okay? We all have the same agreement. We can all share with each other. B's we can't share with, and they can't share with us. So fuck B's, okay? And Hitler did go after a lot of B's. Fuck B's. They're of no use, okay? O's can give us blood, but they need to do what we want them to do. O positive can also give A positive blood. Basically, it's a mathematical game, if you can kind of think about it. It's kind of like, look, it's percentages. Like, there's 50-50 of B and A, and then there's like a 50-50 between that of negative positive. So the positive is basically trying to kill all the negatives, and then it's trying to kill the B negatives. It's trying to kill B positives and B negatives. It's trying to kill or control the O negatives and the O positives, because they can get infinite blood from them to keep the A positives alive. So the A positive is the most aggressive. It comes, apparently, it's in the chimpanzee, and they are way more aggressive and dangerous than a fucking gorilla. Look this shit up, people. Gorillas do not kill. They don't fight to kill. They don't maim. They're not carnivorous. They don't do incest. They don't abuse their kids. They don't perform homosexual activities. Chimpanzees do all this shit. They do some of the craziest shit. So I don't know how long my video can go, because it's at 10:59, but basically what's going on is the A antigen is in dogs. It's in sharks. It's in bovine. Okay? The A antigen is, I haven't studied the B yet, and I'm going to do another video, but the A antigen, they're foreign proteins. They're proteins stacked. Protein sugar molecules stacked onto your blood cells. And they're in fucking animals, dude. So that means I got fucking animal fucking proteins in me. What I'm trying to say is I got a third nipple too. 1 out of every 20 people have one. I got a third nipple on my rib cage, right where a dog's fucking nipple would be. Like, dude, I see this shit online. People got hell of them, like a dog, like a fucking animal. I don't know what the fuck's going on, but I got the A antigen, and apparently it makes me able to do intercellular communication, signaling. And to me, it almost sounds like interstellar, or like spirits, and I don't know. And I was raised, religious, but I'm not about that. But it's like, so the A's, and this has to do with that galactose glucose shit. I apparently have a shitload of proteins that help for cell signaling, where I can communicate amongst different cells, while O's can only identify and match, like they receive. And I think this is why O's are highly manipulatable. You can manipulate them, and then why they're put into positions of power. Everything they said, because they don't really have that connection. Like, not really. I don't see. That's the thing, is it goes both ways. It's like, you could be innocent and not have a connection and be closer to the truth, but then you could have like adaptations that guard you, that like you've adapted to deal with like a lot of fucking bullshit that keeps you closer to the truth. So we're at wars in two different directions, where one person's saying you lack an antigen, so therefore you're more human, and then someone else is saying, no, I have antigens, therefore I am more human. And we have the animal man and the godly spirit, or whatever. It's just crazy when I think about this shit. But and then if you want to break it all down, the genes, if you want to go by the science, the genes, the genetics of us, I mean, we're 50% banana, or bananas share 50% of their genome, the same codes that we have. Cabbage has more than we have. Monkeys, or what, apes have hella. Dogs have like 80 or 60%. And my point is that the fucking DNA is kicking out amino acids. Look at amino acids of the alphabet. They stack together and they create forms. So scales on a snake are the same, basically, amino acid as your fingernails. They just grow in different ways. Your nail is a giant scale, basically. It's fucking weird. Think about this shit. Alright, I gotta go. I don't know how long this can go for.